Yeah, yeah, yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast theme. Talking Burton bogeys, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
And we're back with another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. Once again, my name is Roger, a.k.a. RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Before we get rolling with our guests, going to take a quick second, give a shout out to a few sponsors. Starting off with our guys over at Athletic THC, ATHLETHC.com. Make sure you guys go check them out. They got the 2 milligram mint Athletic THC. They got something for every option throughout your day. If you're looking for a little bit of boost, they got the power, the flow, and the rebound. Go check these guys out. Athletic THC. Use promo code PUFF for a special discount. Take advantage of it while it lasts. A bunch of cool products over there. They also got some golf towels and stuff. So go check them out. AthleticTHC.com. ATHLETHC.com. Also, the guys over at Back Nine Botanicals. Shout out to them. They sponsored this past weekend of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff. Great turnout for the guys. I would have took home the prize, but I'm a nice guy, so I decided to give it to the low score, which was Bub with the 83. Hooked him up with a nice hat, some samples of the gummies. He was a big fan of the Moonlight Mulligan as well. He's like, Raj, I'm usually tossing and turning all night. I took one of those gummies. Not only did it taste great, but I slept throughout the night, did not wake up once. So good to hear that the guys like them. They also like the shooters, so go check them out. The orange is the new flavor. Back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10. Now, these guys literally have the CBD game on lock in the golf world. They got your birdie boost, your tee time sunrise, your moonlight mulligan. They got the shooters. They also have the new stick, the CBD stick, muscles and joint therapy stick. I'm telling you, these guys are coming up with new things all the time. Don't sleep on them. Back9botanicals.com. Also, Trouble Off the Tee, my man Marty at Trouble Off the Tee. Make sure you check him out, TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUFF20. Save you 20% at checkout. He just dropped a fire line of hats. You got the Never Lay Up. Boom. You got the Scratch Golfer. Comes with a ball marker right on the hat. Excuse my hands in the way. But you got a Trouble Off the Tee ball marker right on the hat. You also have the Camel Chasing hat, and I'll Go Alone. And these all come with a playlist right on the inside. So go check them out. TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUFF20 and check out Marty over there at Trouble Off the Tee. Going to take a quick break before I bring on our guests. We're going to go with my man, The Breakfast Connection, local ties to the 518. Going to talk a little bit of the local cannabis scene. Let's take a quick break and we'll bring him on. And we're back here on the Pitch, Putt, and Puff. Once again, RGB here. Joining me, my guest, Paul, of The Breakfast Connections. Paul, thank you for your time, brother. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man. Happy to be here.
I came across your page on Instagram, seen you doing some breakfast reviews, seen some of the other stuff you do. You got a podcast, you got your little business here. But why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey into the cannabis?
So I'm originally from New Haven County in Connecticut, and I dropped out of high school in like 2009, and I ended up moving out to the Bay Area. It was like 2009, 2010. And I was selling weed when I was 16, just like being just normal kids. And that era selling weed, it was still kind of like frowned upon, and I wasn't doing well in school. And it was like one of those typical journeys with selling weed. And I always say too that like I feel like a lot of us who are still doing it come from that. Like we're all like looking for something, like like misfits type of thing. But I was 17 and I was in the Bay Area and I had like $400. and I was in Oakland, and I actually ended up working for the San Francisco Giants, the baseball team, and that
Yep.
was when they were winning Mad World Series out there. And I was just picking up
Tim Lincecum was the pitcher, right? Back
Slim
in the day.
Jim. I forget the nickname. Dude, he had some wild nicknames in there. He was cool as shit. And
Yeah.
Slim Jimmy something, whatever. But like the cool, real quick Tim Lincecum story, and I'll go right back to where I come from. But when we used to pick up trash out of the parking lots, he used to
Mhm.
have this blue Mustang he would drive every day. Swisher wrappers every day. He was
Hell yeah.
smoking blunts every day.
Hell
Facts.
yeah.
That's a
That's
fact.
awesome.
Winning
They all
Cy
do,
Youngs. He
man.
was
They
the man.
all do.
Yep. Yep, but he was cool. So I was picking up trash there, and then I ended up like trimming weed for people. So I was like, I loved weed, and being in the Bay Area in 2010, like it was happening, dude.
Mhm.
Like OG sours, like all these different things that were coming down from Humboldt County, and I had one of those weird addictions with like smoking weed where like you just wanted to get in the mix, right? You wanted to like buy more of it, give it to your friends. And coming from the East Coast, it was one of those, I was like, holy shit, you could get this weed for this amount and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I started growing weed out there and doing dirt and stuff, shit like that back then. And I just got thrown into the game. Like the people I've met, and I'll just like won't want to say their names because
Right.
of respect to them, but like there's some big names that I met early on that were like broke, that I watched the blueprint of like brands and weeds like from 2010 to 2015 when I was out there, just like blow up and do it in this brand way, which was never the thing. When I was young and coming up, it was like, again, misfit shit. And it was like
Mhm.
White Shark were strains. And like, this is like before cookies, I think. I don't even like remember the
Yeah.
strains that were around, but I watched these brands do it. And, I was just doing dirt for a while with the weed game shit, and got caught up a few times. Sold t-shirts for a while because I was like, trying to do the right thing. But like, I always ended up going back to selling weed, like literally from all that time up until like 2018. And I owned a CBD store in Connecticut. And
Okay.
I sold that at the right time, made some good money, and then moved out to Rhode Island, and we're growing weed up there during like COVID.
Yep.
And we were doing like, we had accidental pollination with some of the new phenos that we were doing. I actually had Girl Scout cookie crosses from homies that I knew who were part of that crew,
Yeah.
and that ended up herming in the beginning. And we had like all these strains, and we ended up just like saying fuck it, cross pollinating everything. Ran phenos, and we just had some strains that we got popping in Rhode Island for a little while, and did like coffee style Amsterdam social clubs. That's how we kind of got the breakfast connections thing, because we were
Okay.
just up early, talking shit, growing weed, selling weed, smoking weed, all this shit. And like we were just like doing like trying to do meetups, and just like it was like the whole breakfast theme. It was kind of that simple. Like we were talking a little off air about just being yourself. We were
Yep.
just talking a lot, getting up early, selling weed and networking. That's
Yep.
kind of the whole idea of breakfast connections. And we been trying to go legal forever. We have good genetics. We know how to grow. We love networking with people, and like we talked a little bit, like relating to these end consumers.
Yeah.
That's my passion. That's like my whole thing that I feel like a lot of people forget about is, selling weed. We sell it in bulk a
Mhm.
lot, and we try to distribute it, but like we forget about end consumers. So that's why I do a lot of content. That's
Yep.
why I do podcasts. That's why I do weird marketing tactics like reviewing bacon, egg, and cheeses outside of dispensaries, because I know the people who are going to watch it are like my people. They like relate to
Yeah.
me, you know?
Hell yeah,
Um,
because if you're gonna stop at that dispensary, you want to know where you can get a quick bite to eat, grab a breakfast sandwich on your way out or something. Like our case, guys, maybe we're going golfing, gonna be
yep,
passing by on our way, gonna grab a breakfast sandwich before the course or something, and grab a pre-roll on our way as well. So boom, boom, you're killing two birds with
exactly.
one stone, and a lot of those reviews. I watched the one you did up at oh my gosh, it's up in Latham, right on Route 9.
With a bagel.
No, it was you went into the dispensary. Yeah, I think that's what you went to there, and then you went up to the dispensary. I can't
I've done
remember
like
this.
10 of them.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of
There's
the
a couple
spot right
out
now.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the spot right now. But then I was like, oh, I didn't even know that place existed. The
That's so cool, dude.
one
That's like
place
the
you
whole
went and got a
idea.
breakfast sandwich. I was like, yo, I didn't even know that place was over there. Like,
Fuck yeah.
and I'm on the road all the time, so that's not like a bad spot. Like I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to pop in there and try that out. Like it was legit. Like I've been in the
You
518 my
get it.
whole life, and I didn't know that was there. You know, and
Yeah, that's what we try to do. We try to
and
just like get that connection.
you gotta find a way to relate with the consumer, like you're saying, like you really do. Like there's so many big name companies that go, like you're saying, just drop your shit off and off they go, and they're not sitting there figuring out what the customer's looking for. I forget who I had on, and we were talking about it. I think it was the Helium Boys. But like you really got to find out what your customer's looking for and interact so you know which way things are going. Like, you know, like
You
if
gotta be
people
patient. You gotta let them talk to you. You can't like sell them. You have to let them sell you on how you can get them the product, like that bridge. Like that's what they want. We don't need
sales
to.
is listening, bro.
Yeah, I had
Sales
to
is
learn that the
listening.
hard way. As I'm talking over you on your podcast right now.
All good, bro.
That's how I
That's what
learned.
it is, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool, man. Getting into with your homies, doing the breakfast connection,
Yep.
the journey there. So, how long you guys been doing like the reviews and stuff?
I think like 6 months, not even that long.
Okay, just
No,
chopping at it.
so the idea of that honestly came from getting shadow banned on Instagram. So that was the toughest thing was like, oh shit, because we like again, we had this such a good connection through social media. And like again, we had a club out in Rhode Island for years. And we were very unsuccessful in the beginning of it. We're like, dude, we had days where like 2 people came and
Yeah,
like renting out this old movie theater that was like revamped into like a coffee shop, like hang spot. It was so cool. And I'm
yeah,
like, why the fuck don't like people want to come? And all we just kept open and just people would come in, all different types of people, just like selling weed.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It was like all different types of people like looking for community, people looking to relate and just talk. And I feel like that's like my passion in life again is like just like making people feel comfortable in uncomfortable situations. That's like my whole thing. So like
yeah,
I think the idea of weed and coffee and that energy to me is everything. It's just
yeah,
just hanging, talking, and having a coffee and just relating to people. That's the whole connection side of it. So the bacon, egg, and cheese review was honestly just because we built this following that really related with people, grassroots, and they were going to take it away. They just kept like threatening me to like take it away. And we're expanding into New York. And I work with these guys, Subculture Films. I'm really lucky. They're like my buddies from high school, and like, allegedly I've sold them weed in the past and stuff like that. And like they just get it. They
yeah,
get it. So they help me out with it, and they're like, dude, why don't you just start from scratch? And like you're going into this market, just like fuck it and just keep it clean. Have it be a food review thing because that's your thing. You're like review food that we do. Like if you look at our YouTube show,
hmm
we did it in Connecticut. We had 10 episodes of us getting weed from Maine, pairing it with different breakfast spots that I liked in Connecticut. And that's like, it was a whole review pairing, like urban wine pairing weed thing. It was fun.
Okay,
We kind of
that's
took
cool.
that into New York and we just created a food show with that bacon, egg, and cheese review show to promote who we are in New York outside. This is where we are. We're at these dispensaries. This is where we go get our coffee and bacon, egg, and cheese. This is like, if you want to come out here, like, this is us. You want to be a part of this thing? Like, connect with us. Like, this is
hmm
this is our thing. And we try to put that in the products. That's why the blunt we do. We're talking a little bit about that with like, I got lucky with finding that product, but it goes with everything we're talking about because it doesn't canoe. It's good
Yeah,
weed. I source it. I buy my weed. I have a tier 3 processing, so I'm able to go like buy my weed, and
okay.
it gets hand stuffed into these cones, and it's $10. That's I feel like the product
You're not
has
beating
part
that,
of everything I'm saying. You know what I mean?
right?
And that's
And
that's all we really try to do.
we were talking about before, like a blunt on the golf course, especially if you've played in the past 3 weeks in upstate New York. You know,
Yeah.
it's been like the movie Twister out here. It's just been windy as shit. And to keep a joint lit is damn near impossible. You can't get a lighter lit. If you're trying to smoke a bowl, like one of our guys smokes a bowl all the time, and he's like bent behind the cart. He's trying to hide behind a tree. Like it's like, bro, just not today. I guess it's just too windy. Like you can't get it done. So like
Mhm.
a blunt, once you get that bad boy lit up, it's lit. You don't have to
Yep.
worry about it again. Like that's the
Dude,
best
I was
part.
I was telling you the biggest excitement I had for this podcast and
Hmm.
everything because I like started looking into everything. I was like, I could finally tell the people that this product is perfect for golf.
Yeah.
This is like my product is made for golf. I love golf, and it's like literally for the golf course. But like we were joking about, I can't like go into dispensaries with my brand to be like, I'm doing a bacon, egg, and cheese review outside, and if you golf, also this product, you know what I mean. So I'm happy to be on here and like fucking be like, finally talk to my golfing people. This is the product for the golf course, man. Like I said, we'll do some type of sponsorship. We could do like some collab videos and stuff, and I want to try and get them out on more courses and shit. I gotta play with you too.
Yeah, man, we get out on, like I said, I play 5 days a week, man. So you just let me know what day you're gonna be up here, and we'll figure it out.
Do you go early?
No, I go at like 12 o'clock, 12:20.
How do you feel about that? Like, is that like a choice you made? Because I've been trying to figure that out. We were saying like I'm trying to get in my schedule more. I fucking love golf.
So my thing is my schedule for work. I go in 4 a.m. to noon, and so like if I have a 12:20 is usually the tee time. I'll go in, I'll punch in at 11 or at 3:50, punch out at 11:50, and boom, I'm at the golf course ready to go. I don't need any warm ups or anything like that. I'll figure it out as I get out there. So that works for me during the week. On the weekends, I personally would love to be the first guy out every time, but like the guys in the pitch putt and puff crew are not getting up at 6:45 to go play golf. So I try to get it between 9:30. Depending on what's available for us, but we get taken care of real well at our course. We have a nice little tea time every Sunday morning, so we're all set for that.
And you play the same course like every week?
Yeah, most of us, I'd say 8 out of the 12 guys have season passes.
That's awesome.
So it makes it convenient. It's obviously golf is super expensive.
It's also a real club. Like that feels like brotherhood. It feels like companionship. You know what I mean? It feels like I don't know. I miss that. That's what's so cool about golf too. That's why I had a feeling we're gonna like relate and hit it off real well because like the weed element with the other things that bring people together. I don't know. There's something about it. Just like because people ask me like, "You sure you want to do like breakfast connections that like limit you?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?"
Yeah, and that's what people said to me too.
What I like.
Like I knew I was going to do a golf podcast, but I didn't know what I was going to tie it to. And then like I literally was sitting in the golf cart on a Sunday, and just the guys were all hanging out. I looked around. There was 3 joints going around after our 18 holes, and like we're just sitting in the parking lot bullshitting with 12 guys. I'm like, yo, like this is. Then I seen there was a thing up in Saratoga. It had something. It was like a putt puff. I was like, you know what, fuck it, the pitch putt and puff. It's I wanted to do chip, but then I was like, I'm just keeping it 3 Ps, and I could just PPP as the abbreviation. So that's kind of how I even started it, and I wanted to be different. So I said, fuck it, let's go on the cannabis side of things and see how things work out. And it's hurt me in ways, sure, like you said with the shadow banning on Instagram. I dealt with that when I first started. My original logo, I had it was a little bit different. I had a golf ball smoking a joint, and it was a cartoonish, so I had to change that up.
Cool,
yeah, so now
cool.
It was great. It was fucking. I don't have a picture of it with me, but now I kind of changed it up to the one above you, and I'm like, all right, this works because I can kind of hide that joint, so it looks like I could say it's a golf tee, like in all reality. So.
Has he got a name?
My daughter calls him Swingy, but I don't really have a name for it. No,
I like Swingy.
Swingy was the name we came up, and I was like, all right, we're gonna rock with Swingy then. She don't know. She thinks he's holding a golf tee too,
Yeah, dude, it's hidden.
That's the best part.
We're all in the allegedly world, and we all come from fucking like hiding and shit. But it is nice that we could be a little bit more open about it. We are talking a little bit about that with on the course, like the etiquette too. Which is so interesting. You're going to make me feel more comfortable about it. I got to find my spot and be like, I'm here. I'm smoking. Get used to it.
That's kind of it, dude. Like you kind of you go with it, man. It's to the point too now, like where it's become so acceptable. So like we were talking, like this is the one thing too I always say, where 3 things, cannabis, music, and golf are 3 things that bring people from all different walks of life together. Like you could be on the golf course, you could be playing with some old heads, some guys, some young kids who are just starting, some guys like ourselves. Like it doesn't matter. All races, whatever. Like it does not matter. You go to a concert. Like for example, recently up here was the Method Man, Redman had their 420 concert up in Albany. Bro, I'm in there. There's everybody's in there. It didn't matter. There was old people, young people. Like it didn't matter. Like music does that. And also with cannabis, like you go to a dispensary, you see all these different people. Now, back in the day, like when you were in school or whatever at a party, yeah, you were in a, smoking with your friends, but there was always that one, you knew the one or two parents that were smoking. Like you always knew your one buddy's dad who was smoking weed with his buddies or something like that. Like there was always that one guy. And now it's just becoming so much more like acceptable where those people are now walking into a dispensary. They might not be, buying pre-rolls, but they're getting gummies because they can't sleep,
Yeah.
or they're getting a vape to deal with pain or whatever, a drink or whatever the case may be. So it's like that way too is making it such more like acceptable. They're willing to try it. They're willing to tolerate it. Like it's different, man. It's huge. We don't have to hide it at all.
I told you before I used to have a CBD store in 2018. And this dude, I've been selling weed a long time. Like we all think like we know this shit, and then we have to humble ourselves, and like bring it down to earth and be like, again, we're talking about customers, like letting them like listening. But I learned the most about selling weed to people who don't smoke weed, which was the CBD store. So like I learned so much about what you're talking about, and it was like really like smacked me in the face of reality of like purpose with this weed stuff. And I gotta tell you, man, with what you were saying with your podcast and why I like it, and I'm happy to be on it, is it's relatable.
Yeah.
That's like really all this shit is. Like you said, like we have our people call them gimmicks or niches to what we do, but it's like it's just who we are. We're being original, and it's a lot of fun. And I think that's what's cool about these shows is we're able to kind of like go out there and network and connect with each other. Like I'm definitely gonna have you on my podcast, dude. It's gonna be fun. And to be able to like cross promote and like go meet new people, especially for me, like traveling out there, it's been fun.
Yeah. And like that's the thing. When I got into this, I didn't expect I don't expect to be Joe Rogan. Like I didn't like I get some perks off of it. Sure, I get the Golfer Gang Network takes care of me and all my sponsors, Back Nines and Trouble Off the Tee. Like Back Nine Botanicals, shout out to them. They're a great CBD company. They stay in the golf area, but they hooked us up with some hats and some shirts. So this weekend, it's also incentive to my crew to where the winners get. Not only do they get the cash, they take home a hat and a T-shirt and some gummies and their shooters and all the stuff they sent me. So like it's just little things like that where it's an incentive for the guys, and it's great to work with brands like that. Like I was telling you, like I'm not gonna go chasing guests and stuff like that or companies to work with or sponsorships. Like if someone's down to work with me and like the vibe is right, like those are the type of people I want to work with. Like I've been dealing with Marty from Trouble Off the Tee for 2 years now. He's like a friend now. Like he's legit. Like I'll help him any way I can, promote anything. Like I don't even expect perks off him. He's just a good dude.
It's real expansion. Like not even just in our businesses and our networking, but in our lives. I think with this type of stuff, which has been a lot of fun. Dude, I dig it, man. So I want to ask you too. And so are you from Troy?
Yeah, born and raised. Yep.
Okay, so I gotta come golfing with you one of these days up there. So if I were to ask you what the best course is up there, you're gonna say the one you go to all the time, right? And that's okay. But I'm just interested as someone who's not from there,
As a public course, yes.
Okay.
Freer Park is the nice.
Good. You sound like you're good. If you play that much, you got to be good.
I've gotten really good. So my biggest struggle, man, was getting into golf. I was left-handed baseball player. And I didn't have any left-handed clubs, so I taught myself how to golf right-handed. So I'm shooting
golf, dude.
I'm shooting in the mid to low 80s, pretty much. So I shot an 86 this past weekend, like an 89 the other day. So I'm in the 80s pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, in the 80s consistently, dude. That's good golf.
Yeah, I'm like a 14 handicap. So
that's awesome.
Not awful, but not great.
It does seem like when I drive up there all the time, like with the mountains and like upstate New York, just seems like it'd be great golf courses.
There's a bunch. Like that's the nicest, like in like public course, I would have to say by far. Schenectady has a nice course up there, Schenectady Muni. Saratoga National is beautiful. Like Bill Parcells has a membership up there, and like all the track guys come up. Like that's where they play. It's like $300 a round. So
$300 a round. Whew.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I got my membership and I pay $20 for the cart, so I'm good.
That's all day, dude.
Yeah, it works out good. So we'll definitely get out, man. Whenever you want to come up, let me know. Like I said, I'm usually out at 12 o'clock, and if we'll set it up, I'll make sure My
I'm there every
babysitter's
week, man.
coverage.
Yeah, I'm usually there from like Wednesday to Saturdays. So like
Okay.
Sunday would be tough, but we could definitely make it happen. So I wanted to ask you too, where if you're like what's the best spot out where you're golfing, like for breakfast and shit, like for coffee and like where you
So,
grabbing?
as a true Troy boy, I would be doing a disservice if I didn't give Famous Lunch a shout
Okay.
out. Um, it's an just for the nostalgia, bro. It's an old school like 50s style like restaurant.
Yep.
It's got the spinning stools and that kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm. You're
That's a
getting the
great
experience before you even eat the food.
right. You're there. It's downtown Troy. Like it's true. Like you might go down there and order your breakfast sandwich, and you might get a crackhead walking by. Like it's true downtown Troy, man. Like
That makes me want to go in there more.
right, bro.
To be
Like
honest, you know
it's
what I mean?
it,
Like that's gonna be the best. That's what people don't understand with like good coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese. That's where the best shit is.
yeah,
It's not
bro.
this fancy shit. I'm done with it. No,
No,
I
it's
fucking do.
greasy
Like,
ass bacon, egg, and cheese
yes,
sandwich, bro. So then you might be like hanging out there. Peaches might walk by, which is like this big black dude in a pink dress, bro. Like Peaches has been a downtown Troy legend for 20 plus years now. So like
culture.
Marv will come down, he'll ask you for $1, but you won't know what he said.
Uh
So
huh.
like, bro, there's it's Troy, man. Like, and we know these people like by name and shit. Like I used to go down there get my hair cut. Marv would come in with his loose change every day and like asking for money. You wouldn't know what he's saying. Like, come on, man. Like it was just Marv, but you
Yeah,
always took care of him. You buy him a slice of pizza when you see him out in front of I Love and stuff like that.
it's
But
culture, bro. And I love how you got the golf. Like to me, golf is so like you said, like with music and like food and weed. It's like one of these things that bring all different types of
yeah,
people
man.
together, and it's community,
Yeah. It's a
community, man.
culture.
Yeah,
It's a
and
culture
I
thing for sure.
but sometimes it's funny, I don't always blend with like the expensive shit, obviously just from a money standpoint, but like
hmm
the sometimes the etiquette stuff throws me off.
Right.
But I love it so much, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I see that in the weed space too. Or in like we literally just said it in the food space in a way. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that like
Right.
etiquette, like bougie. It's like I don't know. Like I don't know if it and it's okay for me not to like for other people to like those types of things and everything. But I don't know. Sometimes it's just like I don't know if
Because
I
like
relate to it. Like when I go to the golf, sometimes I don't like to feel uncomfortable on a golf course. You know?
especially right. You don't want to feel
Yeah.
like especially like I remember when I first started playing, man. I won't name the course, but there was this one course, and every time like this fucking ranger would just like follow me around. Like I'm like, bro, I'm not doing nothing wrong. Like I just suck at golf right now. Like literally like my second or third time out type shit. And this guy was just like following us around. I was like, but it was like annoying to me to the point where I rode over to him. I'm like, yo, is there a reason? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't got nowhere else to be? Like you're driving me nuts right now. Well, I just want to make sure you guys are following the rules. I'm like, I don't even know the rules, bro. This is like my fifth time playing golf. Like, I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck I'm doing. And he's like, oh, all right. I'm like, we're good, man. I'm like, we're not going to disrespect the course. We're adults here, blah, 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 blah. And he finally left us alone. But I never went back there. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things. Like, you just felt disrespected
I
because
tell
we were younger
dispensary
guys.
owners that. I tell
Yeah.
dispensary owners the same thing. I'm like, dude, right now, just like, dude, it's because what I'm thinking is your infancy in golf at that time.
Yeah.
You know, and like you look at you now, like no matter where you golf, it's like you're a part of it, right? You play well and like you play all the time. It's like it's so funny how these people like those impressions are so important.
Yeah.
And you know, my buddy Mike from the bakery out in Cohoes, he tells me this all the time where it's
That's the
like,
one, bro. The bakery. You were at the bakery
yeah,
the day.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yep.
That was it. The bakery. I
That's
could
my
not
man.
remember. I was going to say
Yep.
brownies, but it was the bakery. Yep.
Yep. And he always tells me because I always like ask him for advice with this stuff is, you know, it's like you just got to be a good person sometimes and just be nice. It's like some of these dispensaries I try to tell them that too, because so they have big menus, big space, so much competition. It's like all you need to do is be nice to these people who are like feeling so nervous, like coming into this new place.
Yeah,
Same thing
man.
with golf, right? It's like
Yep.
when you go there and you're new, it's like, dude, I don't know, it could feel uncomfortable.
I'll give you a prime
You know?
example right now. My buddy at work, I work with this kid. He's 21 years old. He sees me golfing, talking about it, podcast, all this shit. He's like, yo, man. And my one buddy always comes in to sees us at work and shit. So he's like, yo, I want to come out and try to play. He's just, I don't know how. I'm like, bro, like, I won't. I said, how are you going to look at it? I said, are you going to look at it like you want to be a professional golfer? He's like, well, no, obviously not. I just want to go out and have fun. I said, all right, then I'll help you. I said, as long as you don't want to be like like a crazy person with it, and like expect to be a pro in the first 3 times you go out. I said, that's cool, man. I said, I expect you to go out to the driving range with me and swing and miss, dude. I don't expect you to hit it 250 down the pipe. I expect you to fucking hit it 3 feet in front of you, swing and miss, this and that. He's like, really? And then he got like comfortable. I'm like, bro, I swear to God, I'm not going to laugh at you, not going to make fun of you. So I finally got him to go out a couple weeks ago. This kid's been to the range every single day after work ever since. He's like actually
You
trying.
made
Like
that
he's
kid so happy, bro.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, yep.
I showed him a couple things. I showed him how to stand. I showed him how to like hold his hand, like because he didn't know like interlock or I don't even personally interlock, but like how to he was
I don't
holding like
either,
a
dude.
baseball
That's
bat.
sick.
Yeah,
We are
he was
not the norm with
no,
dude. I don't tell people, so that's pretty
no.
cool that we both don't.
That shit hurts my hands, bro. Fucking hurts my
I just
pinky.
never did.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been playing golf for so long. I'm just like I'm not gonna change that. I'm not
Change
that
it
bad.
now. No. So I taught the kid and he's getting to the point, he's comfortable now. He's like, yo, you think we can go to like a course? He goes, I don't want to go to that course because I'll hold everybody up. But like there's a 9-hole course right down the road.
Mhm.
A little small. I'm like, bro, we'll go over there. We can take our time. I'll show you actually how to putt and do all the chip and all this other shit. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, bro. I was like, you're a project to me right now. Like you're gonna be
Yeah,
fun to
yeah.
like help you get better at
Especially
golf.
when they
And
listen too, man.
yeah,
Because it's
that's the
hard,
big
dude.
thing.
You see, I know you've seen the opposite, and
Oh
it
god, yeah.
sucks. It sucks.
Absolutely.
I only
Absolutely.
try to tell people if I ever play with someone new, I just go, dude, like just approach the pin. If you are like I wouldn't care if you fucking putted it all away. Just approach the pin, swing, hit the ball to the pin. However, I don't care how many times.
Right.
Just finish it and put it in the cup forward.
Yep.
And don't swing and miss. It's kind of really what it is. It's like if you could
Yeah.
just do that anyone could play. I think.
I always tell people, no matter, don't even look at the pin. Just aim at the center of the green.
Yeah.
It's because you're not going to hit it straight. Probably it's going to go left or right, but just aim at the center of the green, and we'll figure it out from there. Like we'll get you there. Just aim at the center.
Yeah. The classic shit with golf too, right? Is once you start to play good, it's a scary time.
You can't
It's
stop.
real scary time. But it's also like you start to like overanalyze things. Like I started like shooting like young like low 90s one summer. And I was like, I'm playing good. I couldn't break 100 for the rest of the summer.
Yep.
It's just like, it's so funny how like you just forget like what is, just like follow through.
Yeah.
Like, like, I don't know.
I know exactly what you mean.
You start to get good and it just gets scary because you're like, you start overthinking things. You think that you're going to like place the ball and save strokes.
Yeah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. We're swinging and hoping for the fucking best. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so for example, like me and my buddy Bub, we battle. Like he's a better golfer than me. I'll admit it. But like we always come down to the stretch. Like we were going into 16th hole Sunday, both had a 69 going in, and then we're like, all right, we got a par 4, a par 3, and a par 4. Like we get a birdie on one of these holes, we got a chance to keep it under 80. So, and not only that, we want to be the low score of the day and beat one another. And sure enough, I ended up fucking up on 16 and shanked one out into the woods or whatever. But he ended up winning. But like just the battle there and the competition, like we have that little competition that we're always. So it makes it fun, man. It's like you said earlier too. It's like we're part of. It's like a team almost. Like in the off season, we go to like the simulators. We went and did like a glow in the dark mini golf thing up the mall. Like just stupid shit. Go watch football game. Like we hang out pretty much all year round, which is super dope.
Tight. I want to play in one of those night golf courses with like the glow in the dark shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's one in Jersey, like just like or just outside Orange County, New Jersey, or something like that.
Could just be some high shit I'm watching on Instagram though. And I'm like, that's probably not as cool as they make it look.
I think it would be pretty fucking cool. Take a bunch of edibles and go do that shit. I think that'd be great.
That'd be scary. I get lost out there.
That'd be fucking awesome, dude. So what do you got coming up with Breakfast Connections, man, and the podcast and shit?
I've been we're in a bunch of dispensaries now. like 30 something. And I've been really just trying to, because we had to hire a couple people. People really like the blunts. I mean, we have eighths too. So with my license, I'm able to buy weed from micro farmers, and my
Okay.
processors, Capital Region up in Schuylerville, process everything. They make my blunts, hand stuff them. We retail those for
Nice. You said
$5.
Schuylerville, right, too. Shout out for that. Scott, you said
I'm
Scott.
trying, dude. If you look at my content, it is not all the time. I just did. I got hit in the comments for saying Greenwich because I'm from
Granted, you did
Connecticut.
say Greenwich
East
in that one. I
Connecticut.
was like, where is he? Went back to look to
Dude,
see
look
where
in
you
the
were.
comments, bro. I got ripped. There's
Oh
some people
boy.
got real mad. And then Rensselaer. Do
Yeah,
you know
there you
how
go.
much I practiced to say
That's a
Rensselaer?
tough one. Rensselaer
That was like,
County. Yeah.
I looked at the word and I was like, I'm gonna get killed for this. I need
Oh
to
yeah,
practice. I should have done it with Greenwich. I almost did fucking Greenwich.
Greenwich. Yeah.
But I'm literally just trying to get as many of these good, affordable cannabis products out to everyday people,
Oh
whether
yeah.
that's different strains of blunts from outdoors that I'm buying from micro farmers. And then I just got Living Soil eighths that are going to be retailed like $39-40. Living Soil indoor organic from in Canastota from Growing Renaissance. So my whole
Okay.
thing is just like good
That's
weed
dope.
products that I like for everyday New Yorkers, and just like that will kind of like pair with whatever they're going through in their lifestyle, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're doing pop-ups every Friday at all the places we're in. We're in most of the places up there, like where you guys are in Troy, and is it
Oh yeah.
Cohoes? Did I say that one right too?
Cohoes. Yeah.
Cohoes and Albany Capital District area. I think we're gonna be at Reef in Saratoga this Friday.
Okay.
We're doing a pop up there because we go around and we do podcasts with people that I know at these stores. Where like
Gotcha.
I think that these people who are like buying $10 blunts and eighths and stuff want to know a little bit more of like what's
Who
going
the
on.
and who's the brand? Like, yeah, who these people are? Who's at this? That's kind of we're in the same, bro, because that's similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm doing like having you on. I have like back in the day, I had like Jaunty on and different brands. I've had a
Mm-hmm.
rep from Dank. I've had a rep from HPI. Like all those different companies because you want to see who these people are behind the scenes. You want to see. I
Yep.
just had Alicia from Legacy on.
She's the
Up in
best. She was so supportive of me when I started.
She's awesome, bro. She's so
Mhm.
knowledgeable. Her staff is on point. Like I really like them up there.
Yep.
The people down at Stage One, I was talking to them because they
Will.
also got Will, yeah,
Mhm.
1L. Where there's a will, there's a way. I love it. I was talking to him about something one day.
I actually didn't know that. I'm gonna change his name in my phone.
Yeah, Will 1L, where there's a will, there's a way. He
Yeah,
said that to me one day. I was like, I'm gonna just put that as the
bro.
phrase.
I'll tell you guys something because you know their podcast, Stage One,
Mm-hmm.
or like their podcast. So we actually are doing do you know Ghostface and Jadakiss have their own coffee brands?
I heard that. Yeah, I heard
So
they're coming back up here.
we're doing a versus type of collaboration with them on their
Oh shit,
podcast of their coffee, and we're going to talk about culture. That let me just say this: that one will
that's
be very real and interesting for things you wouldn't expect. So we're
yeah,
trying to do like more fun shit like that, like collaborating with these people I'm networking. I'm definitely gonna have. I'm gonna talk with you. I'm definitely gonna get you on my podcast. We
oh
should
yeah,
literally just do it. We should figure out something fun. That's kind of what we're
yeah,
doing. Like I would love to like do it on the course somehow. We
yeah,
shoot
yeah.
from the phone in the Zoom, dude. So like we might be able to just like literally do it on the course or something.
All
And
right.
but that's what we're gonna keep doing. We're gonna try. I'm trying to just be creative and have good, affordable products for everyday people, and more content, more like just hanging, relatable shit,
Oh yeah.
networking. That's all it really is. I wish I could be more professional with dates and stuff, but
No, you're good.
I am
Just
who
that's
I
you're
am.
on the move, man. That's the thing. You're hustling.
Yeah,
You're on the grind. You're hustling. Like that's what
yeah,
this industry is all about right now. Especially it's early on in the game and getting the name out there and like solidifying yourself, solidifying a position for the brand is that's what you got to do. You got to put the work in. The people who put the work in, you see it, paying off. The guys who
real
don't, it's
recognizes real, right?
yeah, that's really where it's at, man, for sure. And also before go to my 3 questions wrap up,
Yep.
I'm planning on doing a golf tournament this year. I'd love for you to be a part of it, man. I think you honestly would be a perfect fit.
In every
Something,
way.
dude, for
Let me
real.
know.
Like, I'm just trying to lock in some things. So my biggest problem is I need we'll talk off air about it. But like once I get
Yeah.
the sponsorship stuff down,
Yeah.
I'll pretty much I have a course. If there's any issues with the course, I have a backup already in line. So I'm thinking like early September, like the end of a summer banger, like to really wrap it up, bring everybody in the cannabis industry together and like make it an event. But
Yep.
it's just the legalities of New York State that I have to fucking work around.
Yep. You
That
let me
I know
know.
nothing.
I'm
That I know
100%.
nothing about. That I'm starting to learn and like.
Also, give me a call too. Talk to me off air too.
Okay, cool.
We went through that whole process with our license and stuff, so we do know a whole lot more now because of that. So we're all
Oh,
really
okay,
learning. The
cool.
crazy thing is they're learning as well. So that's like kind of we're
That's
all
where
learning
we're at.
together.
Yep.
As long as
Yep.
we can stay compliant and like get good products to these people, that's my biggest goal. And I know I'm a broken record saying it, but like I want everyone to remember that shit. We all forget that it's like
Yeah.
we're selling products to like moms and people working night shifts and
Yep.
like all this shit, dude. Like we got to remember that. I'm not trying to sell 1,000 blunts. I'm trying to sell a bunch of blunts in one day to a bunch of different people like
Right.
that. I want to relate to all these people. So like that's what we all got. I think remember doing
That's
this
the thing.
shit.
Like we were talking, like your son to moms. Like there was a nurse. I was at the dispensary today. There was a nurse
Yep.
coming in, probably off of her shift at 12 o'clock, doing the same as me, like a 4 to 12 or something like that. A 12 working since midnight, like probably grabbing her pre-roll to smoke and go to bed just to do it all over again. It's like
Yep.
everybody needs it, man. But
Yep.
let's get into my 3 questions here. 3 questions. Favorite type of way. Obviously, your answer is going to be pretty easy. But what's your favorite way to smoke?
Blunts.
Smoking blunts? Yeah, that's what I figured.
Dutch Master specifically.
Okay, regular vanilla Dutch,
Well, here's the thing. It's not a vanilla Dutch.
a
It's a
Palma.
Palma,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
I love talking about it because that's
Okay,
one of our only Connecticut good things is that's the tobacco is grown in Connecticut. It's from Connecticut. It's a
yeah.
Connecticut leaf. And it's a Palma. Like I'm smoking one right now. I always smoke them when I'm at home and like when I'm like hanging to roll up to smoke. Like that's when I'm always breaking one of those down. That's my favorite way by
Okay,
far. Dutch Master Palma, not vanilla.
gotcha.
The cigarillos are vanilla, but that's a whole nother thing. Sorry,
Wait,
I get
the
emotional.
cigarillos are they're vanilla. They're not Palma leaves.
They say Palma, but I'm telling you, there's vanilla in it.
Ah, shit. Something to look into. Something to look into. We can
I
take that to
encourage every
conspiracy
blunt
chaos.
smoker to look into it. Yes. We'll bring that when you come on my podcast. We will talk more about that.
All
100%.
right, cool.
I'll show
Yeah.
you. We'll do like a whole fucking thing. I'll like lay them out for you. I'll show you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I remember that actually when I went to a comedy show on Broadbrook, Connecticut. There was nothing but tobacco farmers rolling past
Yep.
us out there. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
That's what we're known
absolutely.
for.
And then all-time favorite strain. If you were trapped on an island, what's the one strain you're gonna bring with you that you get stuck with?
707 headband
Okay.
or Bubba Kush, but I gotta go with 707 headband. And the craziest thing about that, which surprises me, is I didn't really get into that specific strain until I moved to Rhode Island. Well, I've been in the Bay Area.
Being in Cali, yeah, having that
There's
Humboldt,
cookies, dude. I
the
had like
Golden Triangle.
I had the first Sunset Sherbert. I had the Khalifa Kush before the song came out. Like I had like a
Shit.
lot of really crazy strains at certain times, but like this one sticks with me every time. I'm
Huh.
smoking it right now.
No shit.
It's my go-to. It's everything. So 707 headband for sure.
Yeah, mine's old school sour. Just love the sour diesel. It's been my favorite since I got my hands on it. Runner up
You guys
behind
are
that
known for it.
yeah.
That's what I keep learning.
It was coming out of Albany. It was coming
Yeah.
off of Lark Street, right in Albany. So AJ was pumping it right out of there. And like I remember back in the day, dude, going to Lark Street to get sour diesel. So like I don't know if my buddy was getting it from the plug itself or what, but that's where we were getting it. So it was
Man,
just you would go into a
legendary
place
shit.
you would just smell sour, like, oh man, those dudes are high. Like we'd go to I don't know, walk into a restaurant or a bar or something, everybody's looking at you, knowing you're fucking
The high
stoned off
too
your
is
ass.
like
Yeah.
I call it social weed because like the 707 headband is sour and OG.
Okay.
And I don't know. There's a couple different ones, but whatever this one is, like that, I think and it's almost like because I grew up a Connecticut kid buying weed from people who get it from New York,
Yeah.
like down towards like Bridgeport, like down towards the city.
Okay.
And we just
That was
grew up.
probably the haze. You were probably getting a lot of haze back then, right?
We were, and we would call it piff. So like piff was the street term,
Yep.
but that's a whole nother thing. But like it was piff and sour, and then Cali packs. That's like really what it was. And it was
Yeah.
like secretive Cali packs, like cheeses and purples and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, I'm a sucker for sour too. Like, but
Yeah.
I had like I try to keep my mouth shut when it comes to sour conversations but that's why I love talking to you guys about it, because what I keep learning is that's your guys' shit.
Oh yeah.
And I know that's a
That's it, man.
specific sour, but like I don't know, there's something about it. And it's not around, right? Or is that
No,
like
you
another
can't find that shit nowhere. Like you can go see all these pre-rolls of flour that's labeled sour and this and that, but the way that sour hit was just different. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I called my plug back in the day, and he was like, "All right, nah, I ain't got it right now." And like when he said that, he was the most consistent plug I had for ever. And then he said that one day, I was like, "Oh, that shit ain't coming back," and it never did. It never did.
Oh no.
I was like, "Man, that's all gone. Like someone must have got hit or something. The plug must have got hit or whatever." And I
Shit
was
that
like,
we're not supposed to know, and it's okay.
"Yeah."
And
I
it's
was
a
like,
beautiful
"Fuck."
thing. You know what I mean?
Right, but it worked out in the long scheme of things for sure.
Business is
Last
like,
question to wrap it up would be three people. I usually say that who would three people you put in your group for a round of golf, but three people you'd put in a sesh to smoke with. Who would they be?
anybody?
Yep.
I'm gonna throw Joe Rogan in there. As much as I don't want to, because I'm just a sucker podcast boy. At
That's
the
one
end
of
of the
mine,
day,
dude. Rogan's
I'll
one of
throw
my
Rogan
guys.
in there. Aaron Rodgers, and
Okay.
people are gonna hate me. I'm a Steelers fan, so like all my Steeler fan friends are gonna hate me. I'm like the bitch that's just like, I want him. What are you guys
Yeah.
talking about? I
Take
want him.
him.
He's gonna make us good. And then Bourdain.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. That is
Bourdain,
a
Aaron
real good one.
Rodgers, and Rogan. That
I
sounds like
like
a
that.
good time.
Mine is Rogan's mine, just because I would like to hear Rogan's opinion on the guest he's had on and like
Yeah.
some of the shit. Like, is he'll
Seems like
question
a
him?
normal person, like you said too. Like,
Yeah.
when you meet some of these people, you're like surprised they're normal.
Yeah. Like I met Brian Callen down in New York City one time. Like he was a chill dude. He came over and talked to us for like 10 minutes. I'm like, holy,
Yeah,
I'm sitting here talking with Callen right now. What the fuck?
it's tight.
It was cool. And then who else? It was Method Man. Always from How High was my favorite movie, bro. Method
Yeah,
Man. Just got to see him a couple weeks ago in concert. That was really cool.
so cool.
And then I was a huge basketball player growing up. I used to play hoop all the time. It was my sport prior to golf. White Chocolate, Jason Williams. Used to play for the Kings.
Dude, he's had a lot of cool podcast content recently. I've been like in rabbit holes of
He's funny as shit, man.
dude,
He's
it's
got that
so
southern
cool.
draw and all that. He's funny
Yeah,
as
he's
hell,
very
man.
country.
Yep.
Yeah.
Him and Randy Moss played on the same high school team.
Really?
Football and basketball, yeah.
Dude,
Yep. You can go back and watch clips of him throwing alley oops to Randy Moss.
I play like old school PS2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I've been like playing with him on NBA Live 06. I'm like a sucker for like DVDs and like old like PlayStation games and shit.
Yeah.
So I fucking love playing with those dudes. That era of basketball was fucking awesome. Like the Shaq Heat era.
Oh yeah.
That was good. Pistons,
Yep.
like Pacers.
I'm a Heat fan, man. I'm
You're
a
a Heat
Heat
fan?
fan. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Been a
Interesting.
tough season or so. I'm a Heat
Yeah.
fan and a Miami Hurricanes fan. Those are my two Florida teams, and then Yankees Giants.
Okay. Okay. I'm a
Not really.
Steelers and Mets fan. So
I really don't want to admit that I'm a Giants fan since for the past like 10 years, man. It's just been a terribly run organization. It's so terrible. Like you gave up
dude,
Saquon for
I
you didn't
knew
even
it.
get a.
I knew it was gonna happen with Saquon.
So did I.
Dude's a beast.
He jumped over someone backwards, bro. Like you can't even do that shit in a video game, bro. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
can't,
but
man.
like you remember too, because you're a Giants fan. Like the remember the videos of him like squatting and shit, like before
Oh
he
yeah,
even went to the NFL. That shit was
beast.
crazy.
He was
Dude
an
was an
absolute
animal.
beast.
Yeah,
Absolute
but I don't
beast.
know. I mean, you guys got Russ now, so good luck. I liked
He's
Russ.
the only thing I like about him is his wife. Other than that,
Yeah.
he can fucking kick rocks, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, man. I don't know what you guys are gonna do.
Nothing.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be another 5 years of
Gonna
shit.
be- I can't believe they kept that dude, that coach.
Yeah, I don't think Dable's the problem. I think it's the front office, the
Yeah.
ownership, and they held on to Eli Manning 5 years too long and put no one behind him to be ready to go in place. And this is why they
And they were
are
in
where
that
they are.
limbo of like disrespecting him, but keeping him too long, and
Yep,
like, yeah. And he
keeping
could
his
have like
game
maybe
streak
done Peyton
going.
Manning, like Peyton Manning fucking was done, and he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they had Andrew Luck was boom right there to go.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it is what it is. But bro, I really appreciate your time, man. Why don't you
Yeah,
let
it
the
was nice to
listeners
meet
know?
you and like hang with you, bro. This is cool, dude. I love your pod. I'm gonna keep watching, and we'll
Appreciate it.
keep doing shit.
Yeah, man, we'll definitely do some collabs here, and real soon we could set something up, get out on the golf course. We could definitely
Yes.
try to do it on the golf course. I have the lapel mics. We could try to hook up. I just don't know with the wind factor that's out in the course how the sounding would
Well,
be
I'm
and shit.
thinking,
So
dude, I would love to do something super creative and cool, and do like literally do a podcast on the front hole, like in the parking lot, and then go to like the sixth hole and update, and like and
okay,
then like cut it together like that, and just be like a day of golf with
yo,
you and me.
there's okay. So if we go to the course, we can definitely set that up because there's a patio right now that they're not using because they're renovating the restaurant. And we used it on Sunday. We hung out up there when it started raining and pulled the cards and all that shit.
Like,
So
how cool would it be to like have your crew there too? But we start it with just you and me before we go, and
yeah,
then we're like during like the fucking ninth hole, like chilling, talking about it, and then we all finish at the end. Like
yeah, bro.
that would be so much fun, and that's
We
like
could
real, like a
okay.
relatable. And it's like that's a day of golfing.
Day of
I would
golf
watch
with the
that.
pitch putt and puff crew. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd
Hell
be
yeah.
fucking
I
tight.
like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
And all we
That's
need is I got some mics, you got some mics, we got
yeah.
Zooms, and I'd shoot everything through the iPhone. So
Okay.
we'll just do it.
No
Yeah.
doubt, man. I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. Sounds good, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate your time. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you?
Breakfast Connections NY Instagram. We also have another one that's a little more Canna related, just Breakfast Connections. Breakfastconnections.co is our website. If you go to our Instagram, though, you hit the link tree and you'll see all the dispensaries we're in.
Okay.
Mostly in the capital region and Hudson Valley. We go into the city a little bit more. Yeah, we're pretty consistent with content up on there, and give us
Yeah.
a like and follow and check out what we got. We have some fun on there.
Hell yeah, man. I think this is gonna be a good little collab. We'll
Yeah, dude.
definitely get some shit out, man. I'm real glad we linked up for sure.
Yeah. Thank you for
Make
having me, man. I'm happy like this all worked out. It's so cool.
dope, man. Once again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys go check out the Breakfast Connection, and we'll be back on Friday with another episode to preview the Pitch Putt and Puff weekend. We'll talk to you then. Peace.
Right on.
Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast theme. Talking Burton Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, putt, and puff.